go. I'm live already. Hello. That was fast today. How are you? I see we have some people waiting already. Yay! How fun is that? Well, if you don't know, I am Heather Walpole, and I am the owner here of UU Yarns, which is a small luxury yarn company. We sell all merino yarns that are washable, bright colors. There's my palette. Nice bright rainbow of yarns. My hair's kind of kooky. Anyway, I like to come in live and say hello and find out what you're knitting, where you're from, give you a little update about what is happening around the world of UU, answer any questions, just that type of thing. So I'd love it if you dropped a little hello in the chat. I will say hello so you can see where it is. And I don't know, let me know where you're tuning in from or what you're knitting today. It doesn't have to be a UU project. I love knowing what people are making. But bonus points if you're using any UU pattern or yarn. Anyway, let's see. I am tuning in from California. It is slightly overcast today, not too bad, but hopefully the sun comes out later. I'm trying to get some of my freckles back. I used to be such a freckle face, and I've just been inside. I want some freckles back. So yeah, say hello in the chat and let me know where you are and if you are having hot and sunny time or if it's a little cloudy where you are. I know we have a huge heat wave going on here in the States. It's kind of wild. So anyway, I'd love to hear. Hello from Connecticut. Hi, Nan. Working on the Cassiani cowl. I do not know that one. I will have to look it up. In Colorado, currently trying a fedora for a skit for work. Oh, cool. Is it a crochet fedora? That sounds cool. I've seen some good patterns for that type of thing. High in the 90s. That's not bad. That's a good summer temperature, I want to say. I am knitting a summer sweater, which I made some good progress on while I was on the plane to Chicago last week. But I don't know where I put it. That's how my life is this week. Oh, Trish. Hi, Heather. I am working on Easy as ABC baby sweater with Hotter Than Blazes here in Phoenix. Well, I feel like that. Yes, I would imagine. Oh, I love the Easy as ABC sweater patterns. I don't know if I have one here. Oh, maybe I have the sample here. Hello, Kuma. Oh, sorry. I thought maybe I had the sample from when I was just clearing up. But what I am going to do is drop it in the chat because it is such a fun pattern. And now that pattern comes in every weight, which is it's a first for me. So anyway, I will find it while I keep chatting. So I also wanted to, like I said, I was on the, here it is. Here's my Easy as Baby Sweater collection. So this is such a cool, okay, I'm going to take a little hiatus. There it is. Okay, so there's the link to the sweater pattern that Trish was talking about. And it is yes. Okay. So maybe you have just the Easy as ABC sweater pattern. Okay. So what that is a baby sweater cute little just top-down raglan sweater that has stripes, and it is designed in all 4 gauges of UU yarn. So, it's all the same, I think there's, like, 3 sizes to the pattern, and then every size, is also designed in each weight of yarn. So, you could make a little fingering weight one, or you could make a size 2 and bulky weight, all from that, um, booklet that I just posted. And if you already had the ABC one, uh, maybe we can get you an update that has all of them now. If you wanna email me, just hello@uu.com, we will, or you can message me on the community. I know you're on there, Trish. Either way, which brings me to another point. I have a whole tutorial about that little sweater inside of Club UU. There is an entire, like, course about how to knit this project, and the course is up there for free. Let me get that link. Um, so you can become a member of Club UU, and then you can take this course too. So I try it's a really good I've made the sweater several times. It's just a really nice little baby sweater. It's perfect, for a, like a baby shower, or if you've never knit a sweater before, it's a great way to learn, like, the stages of how to knit a top-down sweater. You just start here at the collar, and it's nice simple increases. It has stripes, but you can knit it without stripes if you want, whatever, but the stripes are just so cute. So anyway, you can, take that course in our community. That is just a fun kind of perk of being a part of the UU Yarns inside Club UU. So that is a lot of fun. Um, okay. So then otherwise, I was coming in today to tell you I just got back from a trade show, which, was the H&H America's trade show. It was, the H&H show has been a big show, like the European kind of handcrafts show in, it's taken place in Cologne, Germany for as long as I've been around in here, and it's where, like, the big companies come to exhibit, like, the mills from Italy show off what they're gonna do for the next year. Gutermann threads, just all sorts of, like, I mean, it's like multi-level, different sections. It's a big, huge, crazy show. But now this was the second year of them putting on a show here in Chicago, in America. So we had like a whole nice North American draw to this um, trade show. And as a yarn company, I went and I exhibited. So I had a booth and I got to meet yarn store owners and designers and other like yarn companies and people to collaborate and chat to, and just different ways of meeting people across the industry. Um, I got to catch up with old friends, like, I don't know if you've ever heard of Sweet Georgia Yarns. Felicia, I've known Felicia for a really long time, and it was a great time catching up with her. Um, Melissa Leitman, she is a top designer. I've known her a long time. She actually even designed a pattern on the UU line way, way back. Maybe even my first year of business. Let's go see. Where is my, oh, there's my tab. One moment. Here it is. Oh, yeah. Well, judging by my hairstyle, this was a while ago. Here is the pattern that Melissa Leitman designed in UU Woolly Worsted. It's a big, kind of cool cardigan. It zips up the front, has a huge hood, and like these cute, it's like mostly seed stitch, and then it has these cute XO cables that run down the fronts. And then around the hood. It's such a pretty pattern. It's really like, it's a big sweater, but super cute. So anyway, I got to catch up with Melissa Leitman, which was a lot of fun. She put on a really neat designer meetup during the second day of the convention, and it was almost like speed dating for designers. So we all these people sat at tables of 4, and then Melissa would ask a prompt and say like, okay, introduce yourself, tell us where you're from and what you design. And then we'd all go around and share what we did. And then she'd make us all switch tables and sit with people that we didn't know. So it was a really good way to, and then she'd ask another question and say, what's your favorite business book, or what's your favorite resource for, or like productivity tool, things like that. So it was a really good way to kind of get maybe like good icebreakers for an otherwise maybe like shy group of knitting designers. So that was a ton of fun. And then let's see. Oh, you might have seen in this email today, I got to meet Elizabeth Smith, which she has been a longtime friend of UU Yarns. Geez, I think I've been emailing with her for like 12 years and never had met her in person. But we've done collaborations together over the years. We did a fun project. Somehow, over the course of Instagram, we found out that we both turned 40 within like, I don't know, 10 days of each other. So a couple of years ago, we put on a knit along, and Elizabeth had designed a shawl, and then in use So Sporty yarn. And then she, so we did a whole knit along for that. That was called the Sporty 40. And that was super fun. And then, but it was just so crazy to finally meet her, having like chatted and worked with her so much over email over the years. So that was a lot of fun. She is very nice. There's the Sporty 40 if you want to jog your memory, if you have been around for a while. Let's see, who else did I get to meet? Oh, Toni Lipsey of TL Yarn Crafts. She designs everything, knitting and crochet, but she's really become known for Tunisian crochet. And I don't know, she's just so fun. She did do, I don't know if I have a Tunisian crochet. Oh yes, we have one Tunisian pattern, and it was designed by Toni. It's super cute. What is that one called? I will have to look. It uses Baba Bulky yarn. And if you have any questions while I'm here talking about my trip to Chicago, please drop them in the chat. I would love to fill you in about, it's fun. It's, Simple Seed Tunisian crochet. So this is like the basic beginner stitches of Tunisian crochet, which is something I haven't tried before. But Toni is the master, and the people that have used that pattern so far do really love it. Okay, more yarn conference. Okay, so the what it is you wholesale all around. Like, so I exhibited at my little UU Yarns. You get your 10 foot by 10 foot booth, and I designed new patterns and or new signage and display because I hadn't exhibited at a trade show um, since January of 2020. So, 3.5 years have gone by basically. And there were a lot of things that had changed here at UU. So I had to redo my whole little booth layout. And so, oh, if I can, let me see, maybe I don't know how to get stuff up here on my screen just yet inside of YouTube. But maybe one day I'll figure out we can do like a presentation or something like that. That would be a lot of fun. But the great part about this type of trade show is that you get to like kind of you get to display your wares. And so, okay, here we are. So if you've been following along maybe on Instagram, you probably saw my booth and things like that. So here, I don't know. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. I'll show you a picture. So this is what my booth looked like. I have a nice little table. And over here on this side, you can see I have the yarn palette displayed. We have our heathers. And this sign back here was one that is a display in a store so people can get a good. Oh, good, Vita. I'm not on Instagram, so thank you. Yes, no problem. I'll post some in the community too. And yeah, maybe one day I'll figure out how to do a little presentation here inside YouTube. That would be even better. So anyway, this is a little display in a yarn store so people can sort of visualize how they might want to put the yarn up. I had this big banner in the back. And then here on my table, we have some shawls and some samples and our order book and our pattern book. I've got a cool like pattern binder that shows, because we have over 200 patterns on the line. Like I said, you can see in the chat, it's like everything I come up with, it's like, oh yeah, we have a pattern for that. Because after this many years, yeah, we basically have a pattern for that. So you can see more about this little table back here had sort of like, it had those baby sweaters that Trish was talking about. And then we had we have this little crochet bobble garland and just a cute little yarn display back there. And then, yeah, just my brand and some bullet points about UU. So lots of fun stuff like that. So that was my booth. And then in the course of the show, yarn stores come by and get to, I give them like a little talk. I have a line sheet that gives info about the brand, about what we offer, about, what it costs, what colors would things come in, and how we ship, all that sort of like sales info that a yarn store might need. And then what does the little banner say? Oh, that one, hold on, let me pull this up. There we go. This little one over here, if this is what you're talking about, this says UU in a little crochet bunting that we made. It's backwards here, I guess, on the screen. And then, whoops. This big one over here has some bullet points about like, oh, thank you. Yeah, we used that. That was a Moogly crochet pattern. Sorry I did steam this tablecloth later. I'll let you know. This was the before. Oh, sure. Rosalind says, one of these sessions, I'd love to know how you got into creating your own brand of yarn. Sure, absolutely. Maybe we'll make that next week. That's a great question. And yeah, long story short, I worked in a yarn store and then I started a yarn brand. I'm a graphic designer, so I love color and I love knitting, and I merged the two together. But so then I display in at the trade show, and I got new orders for new stores. We're shipping to geez, where are we headed? We're going back to a yarn store in Auburn, Washington called A Little Nitty. Super cute store. She carried our yarn early on when she opened, but now she's getting into, pardon me, our fingering weight. We have yarn going into Maine. I think the yarn seller is going to start stocking the entire range of You So Sporty. Let's see. And then we have Dixie Knits, which is in Pensacola, Florida. They are a new store coming soon. A Piece of You, EWE, they are a new store coming. I forget where they are located. And then we got to meet Virginia and Noah from Gather Here. And they are getting more yarn. So that's a lot of fun. But they are in the Boston area, in Cambridge. Oh, okay. Here, I got some questions. Vita said, are the yarn stores interested in certain colors or materials that are in fashion? Yes. And we get a lot of questions. So, yeah, I mean, I see different colors of my line selling different ways throughout the years, especially at different weights. Some stores, like I said, one store had started with my yarn in the worsted weight, and then over time she's realized what her knitter is, and now she's moving to the fingering weight. And then but yeah, different trends happen in the yarn industry, so it kind of when they come to the show, they can see, like, visually, what's kind of coming for fall, and the colors that are happening. And maybe if the mills that are there or other yarn companies, if they're doing more novelty yarns, like ones with sparkle or fur or different fibers like mohairs or Surrey alpacas or things like that. And I mean, those are there and they're great. And a lot of companies do that. Now, in the case of UU, I make a yarn that the store can rely on. So I make one yarn, a really good, high quality, washable yarn, and I do it well, and I try and do it consistently. And so I kind of have carved out a section for myself in yarn stores. So that is what I do. I don't really have any major plans to add other fibers. And I understand, like, I know people need to knit other things. Like, this yarn isn't perfect for everything, but it's just what I've decided to do. Because it's my favorite, merino yarn is my favorite fiber, and I just, so that's what I do. And I understand that yarn stores need a lot more things, and that every knitting project can't be knit in this. I knit with linen or cotton sometimes. But so that, that is what we can talk about, is where you can fit inside of a yarn store. Like this particular show, there's not really a good another washable merino yarn in sport weight. So we are kind of the only option there right now. So we have a lot of good, and same with the fingering weight, like a nice solid color, small 50-gram ball. So those are the type of things that these are the type of conversations that we end up having at the like on the show floor and stuff. I see I have some comments, so I'll go chat to those or read them. I'm still tired, everybody. Oh, Rosalind says, nice. My retiree job will be a yarn store. Oh boy, that sounds, it's a lot. It's a lot to have a yarn store. I don't know that it's a retirement. I mean, I guess it depends, like what you want to do, but it is a lot of work to have a yarn store. So don't think you'll be, it's not relaxing into retirement. I'd say it's a fun job to also have. Oh, Rosalind, you saw my yarn in a Colorado store. That would probably be You and Me, a yarn boutique. She, or there used to be another store nearby there. But anyway, You and Me, yes, You and Me, a yarn boutique is, I think they're in the Colorado Springs area. And I love those. I love Debbie and Gary, the owners of that store. They are very sweet. I got to see them at the show. Oh, Karen Boczynski, I love your yarn, and superwash squishy merino wool is the best. I agree, Karen. Nice to see you today. And Vita says, thank you. Well, thank you guys for coming today. I hope you have enjoyed my little chat. No, I will work for someone else. Oh, I just want to live in yarn. Perfect. That, Rosalind, is you are totally right. Go get a job at a yarn store. Don't make it your responsibility if you would like to enjoy your retirement. So yes, that is what a little picture of what the yarn industry trade show is like. It was really fun to be at the show again after all these years. I know they put it on last year, but I just was not ready for that level of travel last year. And then, so yeah, now we went, and everyone said it was a larger show than last year. And so I'm really looking forward to the 2024 show and seeing what kind of new stuff it'll bring and how the industry is changing and evolving, because there's always new stores popping up, stores changing hands. It's all over the place all the time. So it's just fun to see. And like I said, I got to reconnect with a bunch of stores I hadn't seen for a long time, and new stores, and best of all, designers too that I just haven't seen or talked to. So a ton of fun from that regard. So if you think of any questions, you can always leave a comment on this video, and I will do my best to answer it. I read all the comments and try and reply. So I would love that if you have any other questions about the Yarn Wholesale Trade Show. And yeah, it has been fun. Thank you for coming and asking questions and letting me know what you want to hear. So I hope you have a great day and a good week, and I plan to be on again next Wednesday. So have a good 4th. If you're in America, we have a fun celebration here in my town. The town was incorporated on July 3rd. So our town puts on the fireworks on July 3rd, which is always silly. And then we get another fireworks from everywhere else in San Diego on the 4th. So we kind of get a little double up. And yeah, it's a really good time. So I hope you enjoy the 4th if you are an American. If not, have a great weekend, and we will I'll see you again next Wednesday. Oh, thank you, Trish and Rosalind. Nice to see you. Thank you for coming.